WrestleMania 41 week is here.
Yeah.
Been a long road to WrestleMania. This year, probably one of my least favorite Triple H build-ups to WrestleMania out of all of them.
I think so. I agree with that.
But if you look at the card, it's still a good card.
It's still a good card. I really like the main events.
Yeah.
I can't hate on the main events.
A lot
The
of
main events
bangers.
have been built great,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
One thing, we got a lot of predictions to make, a lot of storylines to talk about. We might as well start with WrestleMania 1, Night 1. Sorry, WrestleMania 41, Night 1. Gunther versus Jey Uso.
I was gonna say this is a quality build. They finally built it up. You know what I mean? For a long time, it was just the same stagnant thing for like a few weeks. I think you mentioned a few of our earlier videos. They kind of ruined it by him announcing it so early that he's gonna wrestle Gunther. And then you also said, hey, they gotta bring in Jimmy.
I wrote this whole storyline.
He wrote the whole, basically.
Triple H called me. He said, "Hey, brother." But I do agree. I think they announced it too early, and then the first 4 weeks were very, boring. Who cares? The same old, same old. 100%. And then once you bring in Jimmy, Big Jim, it changed everything around and made it more emotional, and that's where it needed to be. And I think maybe they did need those first 4 weeks of it being boring and Jay kind of fumbling and trying to figure out, looking like he was a lost puppy out there. They know he had no confidence in himself, and they needed that to bring Jimmy in and build up the storyline anyways.
It's a Rocky story, right?
It is.
He's Rocky and Jimmy's Apollo Creed.
Yeah, and,
and he died.
Gunther is Ivan Drago.
Yeah, exactly.
That promo he cut on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, that was a sick promo.
It was fire. Man. I think this match, you know what? Even though a lot of people want to say things about Jey Uso, and I agree with most of his bag isn't deep. But when you're wrestling a guy like Gunther, that guy can cook. He can wrestle anybody by himself, and I think Jey Uso is going to look fine in this match. This match is going to be a good match. I'll tell you right now. I just think it's going to be, Gunther probably going to do a lot more work than Jey Uso. He's probably going to dominate the match for the most part, and then have like the same Sami Zayn comeback story like last year. I think one thing that will happen in this match, Jimmy makes an appearance, and he's kind of like in Jay's corner, kind of riles him back into the match. I think we're going to get that like you said, Rocky Balboa story, and he gets him going.
I also think this is going to be like, because remember when he screwed over Jay for winning the title against Roman?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the opposite. Like you said, like it's going to be the opposite now. That he
redemption arc.
Redemption arc. One thing I didn't like, how Gunther cut that promo on Raw last night. Was recording this on Tuesday. He killed that promo. I didn't like that they sent Jay out there afterwards. It kind of didn't stack up to Gunther's promo. It kind of made him look a little bit more weak, It did. And I didn't like that. I think they should have just kept, maybe if it's a face to face, fine. But if they should just it didn't seem necessary to send him out there. Yeah, kind of just made him look a little bit more weaker than he was supposed to look.
I think we both think that Jey Uso wins this match, right?
I agree.
Unless you have Gunther somehow. No, I think Jey Uso is going to get his championship run now, and he's just earned it from the work he did with Roman Reigns, and then all those years being a top tag team. The Usos kind of earned their respect a little bit here.
I think he's going to be like a 1 month transitional champion.
Maybe transitional champion, lose it eventually down the line. Maybe SummerSlam. That's what usually happens with transitional champions. They give them the run and then they drop the belt at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree. I think they probably let him win one match, one pay per view, and then. All right, that's enough. Jay. That's enough of you. Right. The next match we're going to be talking about is the Viking Raiders versus the New Day, which I think is kind of ridiculous. This match is on the card because I feel like the SmackDown title tag team division is way better than this tag team division. Nice. This is just this. They're just using the New Day's a name brand to do it, but they haven't done anything. It's not really. It's been the same thing over and over again. They come to your city, they get heat, and then they leave, and it's not really even a build against the Viking Raiders. It was more of a build against Rey Mysterio and LWO than it was against the Viking Raiders.
Yeah. You know what? They dropped the ball the minute they didn't. They should have gave them the belt the minute they turned heel, so that way you could build them up for WrestleMania and have somebody beat them and overcome. Get rid of these heel championships. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But now that we get this last second hit, throw these guys in their match together. Instead, I thought it was going to be like that TLC match between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits. All these tag teams that they have on on SmackDown. We could have had a banger match, but instead we get this. Two sides.
It could have been the repeat of what happened last year with the ladder match, but with the SmackDown tag team division. Yeah. Like you said. And I kind of feel like Triple H kind of fumbled it on that one because that division is popping. Mm-hmm. That's how and that's the other thing I want to talk about the tag team division. I think they should just only be one, like the women's, it should be just one tag team title.
Really?
Because there's not that many tag teams, right?
Sure.
So you might as well just throw the Viking Raiders in there. You might as well throw the New Day in there. And you got good competitive tag team division.
I think they're just not using the tag team division properly on Raw. SmackDown, they're doing a great job, but Raw, they're not. And it makes no sense that the Raw tag team division gets rewarded with the WrestleMania match and SmackDown one doesn't. It makes no sense to me.
100%.
What I was going to say, I think in this match, New Day has to win. If they don't win, what's the point of their heel turn? What's the point of anything they've been doing the
100%.
last little bit?
The only way I could see it, like them losing is like if Biggie interferes and screws them over.
Something like that.
Kind of something like that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But
They need more heat on them. I think them winning and then building themselves up again. That's what they need to happen. So I think New Day wins this match. Next up, Razor, we got your boys. Your two favorite wrestlers of the game right now, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Who is this for the rights of Razor or what?
Well, my Dominic Mysterio.
Is it the
I'm
US
thinking like
match?
both of them, but I think honestly this match, it's not really been a great build to this match because it's been more of a beef between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman stole Solo. Everybody else but LA Knight.
Everybody but LA Knight, right? So he got the tag team. He got the title match. But honestly, I think LA Knight should have dropped the title at this one. It's kind of been a weak ass run, like booking wise.
Yeah.
For LA Knight, it's kind of been like all over the place because he had the Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, he lost the belt and he won it back from Shinsuke, right?
Yeah, and then it's kind of been like kind of downhill from there. And I think he should finally be able to, it'd be funny to see him versus the Yeet Man versus the
that'd be solid.
Yeah,
that'd
be a great.
Maybe that's the guy he drops the belt to at SummerSlam.
Oh, maybe that could be. Right?
I do think that I'm glad that LA Knight found his way back onto the card because for a while I didn't think he was going to be on WrestleMania. I thought we were going to have Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the longest time, but instead we're getting LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, which I think is a way better match. Because LA Knight can go and Jacob Fatu can definitely go. What does he say? All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes.
That's what he is.
Coast to coast. Dude.
This could easily steal the show right here. This could be a match of the night.
I 100% agree, and I think Jacob Fatu's gearing up to be like Braun Strowman on the Raw side, right? Yeah. I think that's what they're making.
Braun Breaker, mean?
Braun Breaker. Why did I say Braun Strowman? Sorry, Braun Breaker. Too many Brauns out here, but Braun Breaker. I think that's what Jacob Fatu's like what they're gonna do with him as well, because that's what he is. And I just feel like he has everything. Like Braun Breaker, he's great in the ring. I don't think his mic skills is as good as Jacob Fatu's.
Yeah.
And I think Jacob Fatu has like everything that you need to build a champion.
The next match, Naomi versus Jade Cargill, which I thought had the best build of all the women's matches starting at Elimination Chamber. I thought they were starting off hot, and I think it cooled down a little bit over time. Yeah. But I do think Naomi has probably the best turn so far. Like, she's really good as a heel, and I think she's been cutting good promos, especially the one she cut on Bianca Belair. I think she's like, "Don't walk away from me," and then she called her a bitch, something like that.
Yeah,
it was a great promo. I think Naomi's doing the best work of her career right now.
100%.
This last month that she's been cooking, and I think Jade Cargill is like the perfect opponent. I do think we get a screw finish here, though. I do think we get a reveal that Bianca Belair was behind the whole turn this whole time. Oh. This is my planning here. I think there's gonna be a lot of screw finishes in this WrestleMania itself. I have a lot of predictions, but I think this one, Bianca Belair might just turn her back against Jade Cargill, help Naomi win, and then have Naomi in her corner for the title match the next night.
Oh,
I think that's like the way you got to go, right?
You know what? The way Bianca Belair's been acting in these promos, it seems like she's more heelish.
Yeah.
And I agree. I like that take. That's a great take. That'd be a smart, like, create a new faction.
Yeah.
Kind of, and Jade Cargill, and it gives Jade Cargill maybe. Sorry to jump ahead. Maybe Bianca Belair wins, and then now it sets up a beef between Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. It go multiple ways, but that's a great.
I think Jade Cargill's a future WrestleMania main eventer type
100%.
of. She's like on that level. That's what she has. She's like the look and everything. She's the in-ring ability too. She's very strong and has everything you would want from a main event talent. And I think that's where they're going to try to building her. And I think Bianca Belair as her first true rival down the line would be huge.
Next match we're going to be talking about is El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. You know what? I was like, at first, I didn't like this gimmick, but it's grown on me. It's grown on me.
A lot of people weren't happy about it.
I like it. First of all, I get why they're not happy. It's El Grande's taking a WrestleMania spot from Chad Gable, and that's
classic.
That's bullshit. Right?
Taking an American's job away.
Yeah, but I like. You know what? I was hating on it before, but I kind of like it more and more now.
Yeah,
it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's like a funny gimmicky match. But I also like the fact that the way they built it up. Like it's just been escalating more and more as WrestleMania's been coming through, and that's what I like about it, because like last night, he still has the steel plate, the titanium plate in his head. He's headbutting everybody. He's not really doing much luchador moves. He's just headbutting people, but that's what I like about it. He just is it kind of like making a mockery of what Rey Mysterio is all about. Like,
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it, because, like, the old man needs to retire.
He does.
Someone needs to, yell it to the back of the shit and end it. Right?
I think Rey Mysterio honestly has to lose this match. Rey Mysterio has won the last 2 WrestleManias. He beat Dominic Mysterio again last year. So it makes no sense for him to win again. What's the point of Rey Mysterio winning at this point? He's older than everybody
else.
He's
over the pasture.
You let El Grande Americano win here.
Yeah.
You build a new heel, and you get guys like Andrade to beat him down the line. You get all these other guys who are up and coming and actually defend their people. Be like, hey, I'm gonna kick his ass instead.
Penta or what's his name? Ray.
Ray Phoenix. All these guys, younger luchadors, all the younger Mexican.
Yeah, it's just
wrestlers.
It's like Rey Mysterio. Like, I've been dogging him with some stories. Like, it's over, man. This isn't 2010 anymore, bro. It's over. Like, it's been over for a long time. Yeah. And I get the people like love him. I don't.
I like Rey Mysterio, but I don't love him like that. I don't think he should keep winning over and over again, like he has the last 2 years. He should have lost to Dominic Mysterio a few years ago, because Dominic Mysterio would be way better than he is now. He'd be on another level.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. This next match did a complete 180 when it started off as like such a flat build, kind of like the Gunther and Jey Uso build with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, because both of them for a month was like, what the hell's going on? Who's the heel? Who's the face? And I think the fans kind of decided for WWE who's the face and who's the heel. And WWE still has no idea who the heel is. WWE still thinks Charlotte Flair should be the face going forward. But the people want.
The people spoke.
The people pay pay-per-view. The people pay. The people pay. The people pay because the people want to say, because I know the people pay.
The people want Tiffany Stratton to be the face in this rivalry, and I think that's the right choice.
I agree. And it's funny, because this match was a huge train wreck, like in the beginning. But that promo changed everything, because now I'm more excited to watch this match than I was before. I didn't really care about this match. Yeah. This match, it would be like, let me just, grab some food and go to the bathroom for a little bit.
Oh, really? I'm not gonna lie. This match, regardless of the build, had high potential to be a great match, because Tiffany Stratton's a really good in-ring performer. Charlotte Flair's always been great in-ring performer. She's had so many great WrestleMania matches before this. So I thought I think this match could easily still be another one of those matches that steal the show. Because like a few years back, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley was one of the best matches on WrestleMania 39's card, right? I think this match has the same potential to do the same thing, because two talented wrestlers.
Yeah. I agree with you, but if I don't have any if I don't like the wrestler and the build's not good, it's like I don't have any investment into the match. Okay. Right? You know what I mean? Like, that's what my problem is with some of the matches that are on this card. I might if I don't like the wrestler and I don't like the build, like, what's the point of me watching this match? Like, you lost me the minute you didn't build it properly, and the minute that I didn't like the wrestler.
That's the difference between me and you, because I was saying they're watching wrestling in the late 2010s and watching all these shitty storylines and lead to great matches, because I was like, yo, these two guys can wrestle. Seth Rollins is in the shittiest storyline ever, and he's putting on great matches every week. Tiffany Stratton has to win.
It has to win.
But I feel like WWE's going to get Charlotte Flair to win.
Well, if Charlotte Flair wins, here we go again with this bullshit of just giving the old guard a win for no reason. That doesn't help. She's already a name-based person. Yeah. Why does she need to have another title? Yeah. What is this obsession giving Charlotte Flair the title? She's not even that good on the mic, right? She's just good in the ring. She's bad at half the job. That's the whole point. Tiffany Stratton is the perfect person to build the division with on SmackDown. Why we can't what the fuck?
You give Tiffany Stratton this win, you take her to another level already. 100%. You already established her as the next big thing. She's already kind of the next big thing in the women's division. She could easily lead it to the future already, and I think she's ready for it too. Everything about her is she comes off as somebody who's ready to take over this division, and I think you gotta let her beat Charlotte Flair.
Once again, it's the old Yella thing. Here we go, man. We gotta take some of these old people.
The only thing that would redeem a Charlotte Flair win is there some type of stable once again. I feel like if you don't have a stable or something coming out of this for Charlotte Flair, something for Tiffany Stratton to overcome later in the storyline, there's no reason for Charlotte Flair to beat Tiffany Stratton.
If Charlotte Flair just one-on-one beats her, you know what? Fuck this SmackDown division, right? I'm done with it. I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm skipping every time it comes to SmackDown. Every time I watch SmackDown, I'm skipping this. All right, that's what's gonna happen with me. All right.
The main event for night one of WrestleMania 41 is a CM Punk's first time. My boy, he made it. CM Punk versus the Rock. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. This match,
you know what? Honestly, I think this is probably the best built match so far. It's been consistently good week after week. It might help that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman show up to every show. So that's why.
CM Punk
also shows up all the time, right? Yeah. And I like the way Seth Rollins has just been planting the seeds slowly. Mm. Sorry to make this about something. You always talk about Seth Rollins should get his own faction. You know who I think should be in his faction is Caden Cross. or what's is that?
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross, sorry. Karrion Kross and Seth Rollins, that'd be a good faction because they like to sow just them as heels. They like to sow the seeds of dissent into it, right? The way how he made Roman turn on Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
The way he just like manipulated the whole situation, and he's standing up on top.
Yeah.
And it'd just be perfect, like, and have Paul Heyman in the corner.
Yeah.
It'd just be a quality faction. You know, we need more factions, quality factions.
I thought this match of all of them had the most potential too, storylines. But I do think the story's still been great. I expected a little bit more than this, but I think after Raw last night, I'm like, okay, this WrestleMania match is gonna have like a straight up storyline build, like the classic Bloodline matches. Had. Like, a lot of those Bloodline matches had a lot of good builds to them. Like, sorry, not a lot of. They had good builds, but then the matches themselves had a lot of good storyline a part of it too, right? And these three, since the Rumble, they were cooking with the storyline, and then even Elimination Chamber, and then the Raw at MSG, they're cooking with everything they've been doing. So I think this match is probably gonna be like a great match. To me, it's the one match I can guarantee will be worth watching, and the finish will be. It'll be a special finish for sure.
100%, I agree, because like you said, like the build it was kind of like you kind of expected more because it was like these big names. But in my opinion, I think it kind of lived up to the build. Cause I didn't see it going this way. I didn't see Seth Rollins all of a sudden be like you know, telling Paul Heyman he owes him a favor and he doesn't owe him a favor. Like him cutting that promo last night, be like, you know, you're wise man. He's always trying to come up on top.
Yeah.
That's Paul Heyman, and he called him out for exactly that. And you know, it made Roman start thinking, which is like, I like that, because then now it's gonna be like a whole storyline, because especially for Roman now, is he gonna take advantage of like beating up the person that betrayed him, or is he gonna take the guy that kind of like screwed him over now recently, like kind of blowing up his last bit of his empire that he had. Yeah.
Who do you got in this match?
You gotta have Seth Rollins win in my opinion.
I think Seth Rollins heel turn with Paul Heyman joining him. That's gotta happen. I'm really hoping there's a lot of screwy finishes in this one. I'm not gonna lie. That would be like, that's my favorite part of wrestling, when there's like a twist. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that, even though I expected the whole time to happen.
You know what? I feel like Roman doesn't need the win.
Oh no,
CM Punk doesn't need the win.
Seth Rollins needs the win. Even though he doesn't really need the win, out of the three of them, he needs to win the most.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah, 100%.
And I think he does take it.
That's a great way of wording it. You know, my way just seemed like kind of like it seemed like too like casual kind of stuff, but that's exactly what I meant.
Night 2. I think the match that starts of night 2 is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. And, Rhea Ripley. I'm like the WWE, almost forgot about IYO SKY. But
they do forget about her a lot, man. They just forget. Because
Rhea Ripley versus IYO SKY versus Bianca Belair. That's the match. IYO SKY, you know, out of all these three, has become my favorite, and I can't believe I forgot about her. I feel like I disrespected her right now.
You know what? It's funny because that's my favorite too in the match. Yeah. I don't like Bianca Belair as much. I like Rhea Ripley, but I think IYO SKY has been winning me over like throughout this whole build just to get the title. And you know what I like about this build is how they gave her the title on just a random Raw.
Yeah,
that's what I like. That's what I like about the new regime.
Yeah,
it's not like on big. We gotta wait for big moments to change up the title. Change the title. No. Because now that it's on Netflix, you might as well. People are gonna be watching like regardless. People will be watching later on too. So you might as well have big moments that make people come in and watch. Just a normal Raw.
I think. What about the build? I think this build was actually pretty good. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was underwhelming or overwhelming. Was that?
Yeah. It's just right.
It was underwhelming. It wasn't big overrated or anything like that. I don't know the word, but I think this build was pretty good. I liked it. I like that they're all pretty equal balance. I know IYO SKY is kind of getting pushed aside by both those wrestlers, like getting disrespected, which is why I think she ends up winning this match, because then Bianca and Rhea Ripley are gonna go head to head, and I think Naomi's gonna be there, and I think Jade Cargill shows up, takes Naomi out, and then Bianca gets distracted. Something happens with her, and that's what IYO pulls up the win. You know, good old IYO.
You know what I didn't like about this build was they were trying to justify it too hard about why Rhea Ripley should be in this match. You know, back in the day, if you just got into a scrap with the two title matches, you just got put in the match. We don't need that. Triple H, you know, that's what one thing I don't like about Triple H. He tries to justify it too much, a little bit too much. Like it's like I'm already invested into the wrestling thing, right? I already know it's not what it is, right? I'm not kidding anymore. So you don't have to justify too much
about why she's in the match.
Rhea Ripley's in the match. I get why she's in the match. She has beef with IYO SKY. She has beef with Bianca Belair. Put her in the match. Yeah,
and she's also the champ who lost the belt, and you know
she deserves a rematch. You can just be like rematch clause. There you go.
But it worked out. You know, it's still a good build, regardless.
It was still. I
think all the matches. This was one of my favorite builds so far, and I think every week in week out they cooked.
Yeah, 100%. This is the one that kept me on like the Tiffy time and Charlotte. That took forever. This one
roller coaster.
This kept me engaged the entire time.
Yeah. I think this is a good way to make IYO SKY a star too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Having her beat Rhea and Bianca. The next match isn't as exciting as the last one. I feel like AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. You know, I thought AJ Styles was gonna have a match with Braun Breaker, so have something to do with Braun Breaker because they had that build that one night on Raw. But that led to nothing.
He caught the shirt.
Yeah, and I thought he had too much aura. That's probably the reason. They realized that he had too much aura for Braun Breaker to go head to head with him. So I think this match, you know, it's gonna be a good match. It's AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul usually has good matches because they're very rehearsed, and AJ Styles is one of the greatest of all time in ring 100%. Performers. So I think this is gonna be a good match regardless. Logan Paul probably wins. I don't fucking know. I don't think I care. I don't think it has nothing to do with the next day of Monday Night Raw. I hope AJ Styles wins just because I don't care.
I
about
also want AJ Styles to win because I feel like Logan Paul already got his win last year.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania, he doesn't need another one. Yeah. And I kind of feel like AJ Styles is like kind of a workhorse. He's always there. Mm-hmm. So you might as well give him the win and build him up to become something. Because now he used to be heel. Now he's face. So you might as well build him up to be a good face and have and to face off maybe against Braun Breaker, maybe against Dominic Mysterio, maybe against like one of these Intercontinental Championships, or maybe he loses and he joins Cross.
Oh, could be.
And he becomes one of his like.
Because they've been teasing that Karrion Cross AJ Styles thing for a year now. Almost.
I like that.
So anything can happen here.
I like that match. I also like that match last
that match was cool, especially with Karrion Cross's little details he does.
Yeah,
this could lead to something, but this is probably the match I'm least excited about right now.
100%.
Even though I think it's gonna be a good match, but going into it, don't really care.
Speaking of underwhelming, Siraj, let's talk about the women's tag team match between Liv Morgan, Raquel versus Bayley and Lara.
Damn.
Lyra.
Put some respect on her name, dude. They had a banger match on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago, but Lyra Valkyrie, Lyra and Bayley had a banger match.
Yeah, they did.
All right, that's all I gotta say. And I think this match will be another match that's pretty good. I think Liv Morgan, I expected her to be a part of a bigger match than just a tag team match this year. I think a lot of her fans were unhappy about it. But it is what it is at the end of the day.
I kind of feel like they kind of dropped the ball with her rising star.
Yeah.
In this one, and this one just seems like another match, like the Viking Raiders one again.
Throw it together, throw it
together, just throw it in there. It doesn't even seem like I don't really like. Once again, this is a match. When it comes on, I'm probably just going to the bathroom and grab food all night too. This is a perfect match for that. Grab a cold one, grab something. Just app off for a bit. Like maybe you're fatigued a little bit from watching. Maybe you want a little break. A mental break. You just go for it.
You casual wrestling fans make me sick. I'm gonna watch this match. All right, I don't care if it's good, bad. The greatest match of all time. I'm watching this match.
Well, that's why I left, because every match was bad in the 2010s. So,
damn. I think, I think this match is going to be good. I still think it's going to be a good match. I think, there's a lot of talented wrestlers in this match. They'll put on a show. Liv Morgan, Bayley, Lyra, and then I think Raquel has a chance to prove herself too as a powerhouse.
Yeah.
This would be a good match. I think Liv and Raquel still win. I don't think there's a point of anybody else winning. They are the only tag team. I feel like the only true tag team in the women's division right now. 100%. So I think they end up pulling up the dub. I think Bayley and Lyra are on this card mostly because you just had to get people on the card, and I think Bayley deserves to be on the card. Lyra deserves to be on the card. Lyra's been getting done dirty for so long. She's the Intercontinental champ. I think she defended the belt like 3 times.
She defended the belt against the same person like 3 times.
Yeah, she needs more singles matches. Maybe Bayley turns. Maybe we get another screen finisher. Bayley turns. That'd be cool. I'll take it. Maybe you'll watch that, huh?
Yeah, I will watch if Bayley turns heel. Then I will be watching the match.
Damn.
Now you got me invested. See, that's all you need to do.
I'm a better salesman than Triple H himself. That's how you do it. This next match, it hasn't been officially announced, but I do think Randy Orton has a match. At this point, what is it, April 15th today, Tuesday? They haven't announced Randy Orton's match at WrestleMania. He has to get a match. Why wouldn't Randy Orton? I think it's going to be one of those Seth Rollins type of match from WrestleMania 38 where they give him, they tell him, hey, you're going to have an opponent. Show up and we'll make a surprise. I always like those type of matches too. And I think Randy Orton is good enough to carry the hype, and then his opponent, whoever it is, will be quality enough. I think it should be Aleister Black, his opponent, but you think it's Karrion Cross?
I was thinking that, or I could see them just throw Solo Sikoa in there as well.
Yeah,
because like the whole bloodline.
I'd rather not see Solo Sikoa, to be honest. I want to see Aleister Black because Aleister Black's return's been hyped up a lot, and I think a lot of fans who watch wrestling will be excited to see him. The guy can go in the ring too, so this would be a good match in itself.
I haven't seen him wrestle, so I'd be excited to see you. Because I wasn't there for those days. The NXT days. So I would like to see someone that people have been hyping up and saying, oh, he would have been a good wrestler if he just stayed.
Yeah.
So it'd be a great match. I got no complaints as long as Randy Orton's on the card.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to me.
Maybe Nick Aldis. See, Nick Aldis. You know what? He sacrifices a lot to just be a GM of SmackDown. I wouldn't mind if he got one WrestleMania match in his career.
I wouldn't mind that either. You know?
I think he's obviously has a great career outside of WWE in the indie scene and TNA and stuff like that. I think giving him a match on at WrestleMania, he's earned it.
I feel like 100% I agree with you. I just also feel like you know, when Randy Orton brought up Mickie James, I kind of made it a little bit personal. So it kind of gives him an opportunity to jump in that ring.
Yeah, that probably will happen.
Yeah,
I think Randy Orton.
I agree.
I think Randy Orton wins.
Randy Orton.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense of anybody else winning.
We got a banger. This is a guaranteed banger no matter how this match goes. Penta versus Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. We got a fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental title.
I like the build of this match. It's been like all over the place. You know, spears being thrown, two guys getting speared at once.
Yeah,
it's just been insane. It's just been Finn Balor maybe taking advantage of it. I just like the build because it just started off between. It was supposed to be. It looked like it was just gonna be Penta versus Braun Breaker, and Judgment Day, slithers their way. They find a way. They find a way in. And I like this because like this might be finally the time to finally get rid of Judgment Day because Judgment Day sucks.
I don't think they're gonna get rid of Judgment Day. Judgment Day is still gonna be the faction that they keep around. I think we're gonna get another tweak. Another OG member leaving, that's Finn Balor. I think what's going to happen is that this match, Finn Balor is going to be so close to winning. He's going to be close to getting that pin. Dominic Mysterio pulls some shit off, ends up stealing the win from him, and we're going to get a little friction there. And then after a while, Finn Balor slowly, we're going to start building towards a Finn Balor heel turn.
The demon return?
Yeah, they got to do it. I feel like he won't get kicked out right away, but they're going to start this build about Finn Balor turning face. And it's going to be hinted at all over and over again so fans get excited. That's the best way to do it. You can't just have it on the spot, go like that, and then it's like, kind of a wasted.
Yeah, because then because I'm gonna be hyped when you bring that old theme song back. Oh yeah, that's a great banger.
They have
theme
to,
song,
man.
Yeah.
They legit brought him from like here in terms of excitement, like maybe at the top of the top, and they slowly pushed him down. They brought it back a bit, and they're like, nah. Yeah. Now I think he's like his theme song sucks. Everything else, what's going on?
You talked about that. We had the TikTok about Edge and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
About how Vince buried him.
Yeah.
And I kind of think like I kind of feel like he's a Triple H guy. Like I saw Gunther talk about this on the Ariel Hawani show.
Yeah. He's
like, I'm lucky that I've always been a Triple H guy, and I'm lucky that I'm under Triple H. I think Finn Balor is also the same thing. I think he's a Triple H guy, and I think now the build starts going up. Because for some reason, Vince just had a hatred for Finn Balor.
So I got Dominic Mysterio. Who do you got?
I got Dominic as well. I think...
no Penta?
No. I think
I can see them giving... You know what? The way Triple H has been booking this year, I can see Penta just winning because he's another face guy.
100%, but I kind of feel like... If you're trying to bring Finn Balor back, you got to give Dom the win.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to make more like mid-card to high-card wrestlers, you got to bring Finn Balor back because let's be real, like the wrestling's still there. He's great in the ring no matter what. But his character's just like ass. Like it just doesn't appeal to anybody.
I also think you got to give Dominic Mysterio that push now.
100%.
It's now he's a homegrown talent. He's like one of the few that you have.
You can have him in every squash match.
Yeah, and he's been on the main roster for 3 years now, and he's kind of been like everybody expects him to take off, and he's kind of like here. But we want him, to take off now. It's time.
Yeah, he gets the most heat.
He's ready.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Unless Rey Mysterio comes in and wins it again.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, a whole year-long build, I think. This one, I feel like they underplayed the whole year-long build. Maybe I just haven't been like noticing it as much, but I feel like the whole year you got to look at from WrestleMania, cashing in after Drew McIntyre wins. Drew McIntyre wins the title, and then at what's called Money in the Bank, he loses in the triple threat match, and it keeps happening over and over again. The screw jobs from Damian Priest.
Damian Priest, Elimination Chamber, he gets screwed over.
Yeah, and I think this match, I think Drew McIntyre, you kind of see how good of a talent he is now.
100%. He always makes he just makes every feud bigger than it could be.
You can tell he's special talent too.
Special talent.
He's a top end guy.
Hey, some call him the chosen one, not me, but some people did. I get why.
He earned the name. He remade himself, came back, and then he had a few years of being in the middle, and then he wins the title, and now he's finally coming. He's kind of lost a little fire. Yeah, and he's coming back, and he's killing it again.
He's good in the mic too.
Oh yeah, one of the best in the business. In my opinion, one of the top 5 guys.
Probably unreal on the mic, and I like the way they just the build of this match has been quality.
Yeah,
like how he pretended he had the eye problem.
I like that spot where he got thrown through the car window and then CM Punk walks by.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
That was like a shot to AEW with the whole thing with his face. Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jungle Boy.
Berry.
Yeah, and then but you know what I like this build is I get like you said, how you said the match before prior to this is gonna be a bang. I think this is also gonna be a banger.
Yeah. Street fight, right?
Street fight. These two just I feel like they give it their all every single match. I think Drew McIntyre should win this match, right? Because I think, you talk about top tier heels. He's a top tier heel.
Yeah.
And you need those more in those companies. So, like, if you have him lose this one, you just kind of diminish, like, the build-up you're trying to bring him back to. Because, after the CM Punk one, he kind of got brought back down. And now he's, like, building himself back up.
I hope he wins, too. I agree. I think he should win. And I hope this starts a whole title run for him, a world title. He deserves an actual world title run because he's been that kind of guy right now. He's been on that level of a world title run. I know Gunther's getting on his title run right now. I think he could be Drew McIntyre could be the one beating Jey Uso down the line too and becoming the world champion. Right?
That'd be a great thing. And also, I would also like to see him versus Cody too, because he's alluded to it multiple times because they're the two guys that left the company. Yeah. Because they weren't treated the way they should have been. They should have been, and then they came back and they built themselves up back to this position, and that'd be a great storyline. Like these two guys that left to build the company, just to become the two top guys of the company.
The main event of all main events, Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Yesterday, I was watching Raw, and I was kind of feeling like, okay, Cena has been here for 3 weeks, then he goes away, and I don't know what the hell's going on. And we got Cody Rhodes. Rock never showed up. We don't know what's going on. But then I saw the graphic of Cena versus Cody Rhodes standing side by side, and I got the Rock chills. I went like this yesterday.
The goosebumps.
Yeah, I got the goosebumps yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow.
It's just it's like a once in a lifetime match.
It actually is because the last time we've seen them going at WrestleMania.
I agree. But where's the Rock at? That's what's so pissing me off about this whole build. Where's he at?
Maybe
if he better show up SmackDown, he better show up SmackDown.
Something's got to Rock. It pisses me off. Why are you calling everything I'm saying?
Sorry, my bad.
God damn. Something's like we're repeating each other.
I was just gonna be like something. He has to show up in the fact that. If he doesn't, it kind of seems like it's useless to have The Rock. He kind of sold his soul to The Rock for no reason. Yeah, because The Rock, I think The Rock was going to be the puppet master of this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the only they did that weird thing with the championships. I didn't really care about that.
Oh, last year, yeah. But The Rock, the problem with The Rock getting power is he can do whatever the hell he wants, and he's kind of just all over the place. Like, I gotta make movies now. I can't come back to WWE. So he kind of throws everything off, and he comes out, cuts a promo. Just enjoy the ride. The Rock's taking you on. Which it's obviously good times whenever he's there. But like, what about when you're not there? Like, what happened? We're asking all these questions. Where the fuck is The Rock now?
How many times is Cody Rhodes gonna have to look at nobody in the ring and just cut a promo about the match that we don't care about?
Exactly.
Sorry, we care about.
We care about. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean. We really care about. Like this is a match we really care about.
Yeah.
And John Cena's not there. Rock's not there. Maybe the movie hasn't flopped yet, so he's not gonna show up for a little bit. True. So when the movie starts flopping, that's when he starts coming in. And then but it just it feels like this guy just uses it for him. Yeah. And then he fucks off for fuck you guys. I don't give a shit.
Okay, let's talk about the actual match. Right? Screw The Rock. The Rock's not a part of the storyline anymore, it seems like. But I think he got to be a part of this WrestleMania
He's gonna
match.
Come to WrestleMania.
I think he shows up. I think we get some type of interesting finish here. Something's going to happen with either The Rock helps Cena win, or maybe double turn, or Austin shows up. We had 50 different theories throughout the last few months. We're going to figure out what actually happens.
The only thing I want to see happen is Travis Scott get the shit slapped out of him.
He deserves the receipt. What's your final prediction here? You have one prediction of all the predictions you made. One final prediction here.
If I have to say one final prediction, Randy Orton comes in. And helps Cena win the title. Damn. And we got the new 2-man power trip faction going on. Damn. Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton takes the belt from Jey Uso, in my opinion, afterwards.
I think I've had a lot of opinions like the double turn from Cena and Cody Rhodes. Yeah. But I think the one thing that I think it's got to happen now is The Rock's help Cena out. Stone Cold's music hits. We get Austin stuttering both of them. Cody wins the match. I think that's the only way this match ends. I don't think John Cena double turns like that. I don't even think Cena wins cleanly like that. I don't think Cena just beats Cody Rhodes and becomes champ. It's too simple. It's too simple of a win.
That's true. What about Ric Flair coming to help out that was Cody Rhodes? Because you know what? He doesn't deserve the 17th world title, right? The 17th world title.
I just don't think Cena should win as a heel. I think Cena should win as a face, and it should come down after months and months of realizing, hey, I fucked up. I shouldn't turn heel.
That'd be a great story. Once again, building him back up to win the title.
So I got Cody Rhodes. You got John Cena.
Yes.
Well, we're excited for WrestleMania. We hope you are too. We hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what your predictions are for most of these matches. I don't think you're going to have from every single one.
Let us know if you agree with our John Cena Rhodes, endings, because I doubt you guys do. I think you guys have different takes on this, which would be great to read.
Let us know what you think is going to happen. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you in the next video. Peace.